Call of Duty Steam page confirms generative AI use. Michael, we talked about this yesterday. Here it is. We called it. I said it was already in our games. People just didn't realize it until now. Chris Scullion over at VGC. While it's not clear what extent generative AI is used in the development of the game, the Steam page now includes an AI-generated content disclosure section, which simply states, our team uses generative AI tools to help develop some game assets. And quote, some players have been accusing Activision of using generative AI for a number of months now, most notable last December when Season 1 Reloaded update came to Black Ops 6. As reported by 80 Level, at the time, the update included a loading screen showing an illustration of a Santa zombie with telltale signs of AI generation, such as odd-looking ribbons on his parcel. Michael, you took note of that one, didn't you?
We talked. Yeah, I think he had 6 fingers on his hand, something like that. We talked about it.
It's just weird, right? Since January 2024, Steam has been requiring developers to disclose the use of generative AI as parts of its terms, which led to some wondering why Call of Duty didn't have such a disclosure on its Steam page. Some players have been accusing Activision for obviously quite a while now at this point. So that's kind of where we're at. Michael, it doesn't stop people from playing the game, dude. AI is here. It's not going anywhere. It is only improving when it comes to technology. But yeah, the 6-finger zombie thing might have been a dead giveaway. What are your thoughts?
I think generative AI is going to be one of those that, as long as companies are upfront about it, I think less people are going to care, right? I think the big thing with Call of Duty, right, as we talked about, this came up in December, and people were like, hey, are you doing this? And then anytime sort of they release like a different calling card or something, you go to their social media and people be like, this is AI, this is AI, this is AI. Like, tell us this is AI, tell us this is AI. And then Activision said nothing, right? And that's kind of where people get a little annoyed. It's like, are you intentionally hiding this from us? Do you know we don't like AI? But I think it's companies who are just like, yeah, we use generative AI. People might be upset about it, and then they'll play it. I think the big thing for these people, or for companies, don't make it obvious, right? Like, just double check the work, right? If you throw AI in there, but it's not obvious, I don't think people are going to care. It's when you get, like, the 6 fingers on the zombie, the weird, you know, everybody knows what it is, like that weird, like, thing where you're like, this is AI because it just doesn't look right. You make sure those aren't in the game, I think most people won't care. It's just we don't want to be lied to, Drew. That's the biggest thing. Just tell us the truth, and we'll play your game. Just don't deceive us and be like, no, this is a real person. No real person's putting 6 fingers on Santa Claus.
Yeah, right. In a GDC survey published in January 2024, nearly 50% of developers said generative AI tools were being used at their workplace, with 84% saying they were concerned about their use. 31 of the respondents said they personally use tools such as ChatGPT, Dolly, GitHub, Copilot, and Adobe Generative Fill at the company. While further 18% said they didn't, but others in their workplace did. Michael, it's only a matter of time, dude. Like you said, it's getting here, it's getting closer, it's getting better, it is evolving, it is changing, but the idea is generate something and then make it your own, at least somehow manipulate it, right? Don't just leave it as is and say, there you go. There's a lot, when all this started coming out, that people were actually going to like craft shows and selling their art, and it wasn't their art, it was just generated artwork, right? And people who then spend the hours, like you can see some of the artwork I've done behind me. Dude, that you can't see the full thing, but that drawing, that's 10 hours I put into that thing, right? This doesn't happen in seconds. AI allows you to speed that process up. Obviously, I'm not a game designer. However, we are seeing it a lot more transformed into what we play on a daily basis. When you take a look at a live service game like Call of Duty's Warzone and stuff like that, how do you improve the production level? You bring in AI, right, to speed that up. It's not the greatest thing, dude, obviously, right?
Nope.
But here's the other side of it, too. Steam at one point said they would not support AI. Are you really going to shut out one of the biggest games around, though?